My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/campaign to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
This episode is brought to you by Skinny Pop Popcorn. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Oh, so light and crunchy. Skinny Pop Original Popcorn is the snack you've been searching for. Made with just 3 simple ingredients: popcorn kernels, sunflower oil, and salt. Snacking never felt or tasted so good. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Give yourself permission to snack and pick up Skinny Pop Original Popcorn today.
It's Deprogram, the podcast where we try to get you into a band. That's right. We've done all the work for you. All you have to do is push play. You can call me Band Curious, because that's what I am. I like to have people come in and talk about bands that they enjoy with me. And today we're going to be talking about, look at me, I'm Leatherface. I forget which movie that's from, but I feel like he put cheese on his face or something. The 90s. Wild times. So yeah, we're talking about Leatherface today, and I believe John, I think this one's like a long time in the making. I don't know if it was like that first list you gave me, but I feel like it was an early list that you gave me, and that it just kind of sat there for a while. So Leatherface, talk to me about him.
Yeah, it might have been that first round, like what, 5 years ago now. Yeah. Leatherface is one of the great, like, underappreciated bands of all time. Like, they were single-handedly responsible for almost a whole genre of punk rock. Like, some of the bands that we talked about, Hot Water Music, Dillinger 4, like, those bands owe their whole careers to Leatherface, and they will readily admit it. Like, they were just like so ahead of their time, and like think of this happening in like 1989, 1990, 1991. They were incredible, and this mystique kind of got built up around them because you couldn't get the records, like you couldn't hear the music. It just wasn't available. Like they obviously were based out of the UK and like didn't have a record label in the US really until 1998. And like, unless you lived in a town with like Berkeley or New York City or DC or Chicago or one of these towns with like these amazing record stores, you couldn't hear this music. Like, I first heard of them in probably 1995. Read about them as people, being an influence on bands and stuff, and being like, oh man, this sounds. People be like, oh, it's the most amazing stuff, and the guy's incredible, and the songwriting's amazing, and the voice is amazing, and it's so melodic, and like, but it's not like you could like open up your computer and press play and hear it like you can today. Like I can open up my phone and have access to like every Leatherface song that they ever recorded. But that wasn't the case. Like, there was this scarcity, and like you could go, like I would go to the record store and you could mail order from, SST and Sub Pop and Lookout and all these different things, but you couldn't do that with Leatherface records. So it got built up as this thing like, oh, they're amazing, but you can't hear them. Like, people just like, it just got passed around on like mixtapes, and like it became kind of the stuff of legend. And it's rare that stuff actually lives up to what it is. And like, I remember hearing them finally, and like, they finally released the first record, the split with Hot Water Music. I think it was 1998 or 1999. And then it was like, oh, they're back together and they're going to do this tour and like this new record. So I got to see them, and like you finally got to hear. And then when when Napster and SoulSeek and Kazaa and Morpheus and all that shit came around, it was like, oh, like you have access to this stuff now. And then like YouTube comes around, it's like people are there, and it's just all there. And I just think they were so ahead of their time, like melodically, lyrically, musically. Like you think about Mush, obviously, is the big record. It came out in 1991. 1991, obviously one of the greatest years for music in a very long time. You talk about Nevermind and 10 and Bad Motor Finger and Blood Sugar Sex Magic and the Black Album and Use Your Illusion, all this other like people talk about how one of the greatest years for music, but like Mush came out that year, and I go back and listen to that more than anything else from that year. Like period. I think it sounds, more current than any of that stuff. And I just think like they were so great for such a short period of time, and then were able to kind of recapture that and come back, and they were able to make this return and like get the kind of the hero's welcome that they always deserved when they came back around. And they were around for 10 or 15 years until 2012 or 2013, but they were like the mystique was worth it, and that's so rare in bands. And like getting to see them live, like I remember grabbing the set list and just being like, oh, this is going to be one of my like prized possessions forever. Like you see them, and he does this like little dance when he plays, like the Frankie shuffle or the stub shuffle people call it. Like he's kind of like doing this tap dance with his feet as he's playing, shuffling back and forth, and it was just a thing of beauty. But like their music is just chaotic and like melodic and all these different things at once. And I think they're one of those bands, that the rare band that like really deserves more than they got.
Chaotic, melodic, definitely words that were on the tip of my tongue here. Chris, I think after your first episode with us, it was me, you, and Randy.
Souls. Yeah.
I think after the first episode with us, I think you jumped on and said, yeah, I'll do Leatherface. And here it is. So talk to me about Leatherface.
I think John hit a lot of the points. I think like some people call it pop punk. I'm going to call it melodic hardcore because that's what I call it. They're not my favorite, but they are simply the greatest of all time. And I don't say that lightly. Like they are the greatest melodic hardcore band ever. Frankie has the absolute perfect dime between silky smooth and a black hole of a voice that is impossible to recreate. Nobody ever will ever again. The songwriting is sublime. The knowledge of pop music entwined with hardcore is matched by no other band. The discography is solid from top to bottom. Obviously, Mush is a standout, and to me, so is Stormy Petrel. We'll get to that when we get to the songs. But there's not a dull moment there. And John, to your point about the music being hard to find, you couldn't listen to Dog Disco and Horsebox on Spotify till like last year, right? Like
yeah.
Even to this day, it wasn't all there. Like it was part of the gimmick, right? I've never seen Leatherface play, but I saw Frankie play at Pooza Fest in Montreal once, and he was fucking hilarious. The funniest dude I've ever watched play a set. There was this drunk guy dancing in front of the set, and he played the song about Dickie's the guy's name that passed away, Dickie Hammond, right? He played the song about Dickie from Stormy Petrel, about him passing away, and the guy was dancing, and he goes, "Oh, you dancing prick, this is a sad song." And I'll never forget that moment. Like he just like everyone was having fun and he ruined it. And he was so happy to ruin it for everybody. It was beautiful. Like all of Montreal stood still for a second while like, the maestro was talking. I can't speak enough about I guess as lauded critically as they are, they're so underappreciated in the grand scheme of this genre,
So again, after our first time, David, you said, yeah, I'll do Leatherface as well. So back for some punishment, but tell me about Leatherface.
Who's getting punished here, me or you guys?
Well,
I kind of equate them kind of like the movie Big Lebowski. Like the more you dig into it, there's more there to enjoy that you never noticed. You know, like sonically with these guys, there's just I can listen to one of their songs now and there might be some sort of melody or something that's buried in there that I haven't even heard before. I got to see them on the Stormy Petrel tour, and to you guys' point, you know, Stubbs was hilarious, man. They played for like 2 hours, and on at least on his amp and on Dickie's amp, they just had beer cans all over them, and they would just reach over and grab one in between songs, and hardly any breaks. And you know, I think they stopped once to thank their tour manager or some lady who was on tour with them, keeping everything together. And then the only other time they stopped, everyone was like, and Frankie was just like, we've played for 2 hours. We don't know anymore, you know? And they might have even played one more than were you at that show, John, at the Drunken Unicorn?
No, I saw them the only time I saw them was the Horsebox tour.
Okay. Yeah, that was the only time I saw them was on that tour, and you know, didn't know that they wouldn't be back for any more. But yeah, just an incredible band, and just one of those that I discovered. I think, you know, a friend of mine was like, "Oh, hey, you like Jawbreaker? You should check out this band Leatherface." And I'm like, "Okay, well, maybe it's something like it." And you know, there might be something musically similar at times, but it was, you know, Jawbreaker, another great band, but this was just mind blowing. As soon as I heard it, it was. I had a copy of Mush that like I probably downloaded, and because you couldn't find it, you know, you never saw it out in the wild, and I downloaded it, and probably an incomplete version, and yeah, it was immediately just where has this band been my whole life? This is what I want musically from a band. This is what I want to play. It's very complex music, but it doesn't seem like it is on the surface. And yeah, I love them. So I'm really, really pumped about doing this episode.
This is a band that you know, John often will ask, is this a band you know at all? You know, and, you know, I'll usually give him you know, Beavis and Butthead made fun of him once, or, you know, that's the common one. Or, you know, I think I heard a song on the Punk Show on 96X or something. This is not, I mean, you know, given the type of music, it may have been, but it didn't stick out at the time for some reason. It's funny, like this isn't the wheelhouse for me. This isn't like right down the Justin vein, but it's so adjacent to so many Justin veins that like it all works. Like John used the words melodic and chaotic. Like the way those two words combine make these so close to like so close to a Justin band, like on the nose. It's wild because, you know, we'll get into like the song choices here in a moment, but what I will say, David kind of alluded to this, like my first pass through felt easy. Like it felt like my choices were easy. I knew what I was gravitating towards. And then those second cuts, like now that there's breathing room for each of these songs and I'm able to take in more of what's happening, brutal. Just absolutely brutal. And like I can only imagine getting away from the show and like giving them some more space, like going and buying a record and just putting it on if I could find one. You know, that's, you know, we're speaking hypothetically here, fellas. Or you know, just putting it on my phone in the car, you know, just listening to a record. Like what kind of growth this band will do for me. What I'm saying is I'm going to be the spoiler here. So let's move to the next level. You know, I believe this was a selection, John. I don't think we took everything, did we?
Yeah. Yes, I mean, it feels criminal to do this, but there are over 100 Leatherface songs, so there was some that had to
And
not be
you ruled
included,
out Grip.
unfortunately.
You ruled out one of my favorite songs.
And I know, but believe me, I don't feel great about it. And like in covers, like their covers are amazing. Like,
sure.
yeah, Message in a Bottle, like, just Eagle, like all these amazing songs, the renditions of songs that they do. Like, you could make a top 10 of those easily, but it was just a matter of trying to go through and find out, okay, like what really, has a shot, and like talking to you guys like, hey, if I miss something, let me know. But trying to get it, because 100 songs is just too many. Like this, it would have been unplayable. So you have to get it down somehow. And yeah, I mean, there's more than 20 amazing, great Leatherface songs. So this was brutal.
So did you have like a thought process picking your 20, or?
Oh, just, yeah, I mean, going through a first pass, and, I probably have 10 or 15 Leatherface songs that I just love and like will die for. And it was just a matter of going through and like, okay, because I'm, not as familiar with Dog Disco and Stormy Petrel. I haven't listened to those as much. When I listen to them, I usually go back to like Mush or Minx or Horsebox. But just a matter of going through and like, okay, which of these have a chance. And like, for me, it's like, it's lyrically, like the lyrical content is so good, but it's like buried under this wall of noise and these grow vocals. But like, he has such a, like, the songwriting is so personal and so like affected when you actually go through and like read the lyrics or you listen to what he's saying. It's so, it can be really profound in like a simple way. Like I have definitely cried to Leatherface songs. I will admit that readily. And just like screaming along, and you're just like, man, these songs like get into your veins. And just a matter of going through and like and picking those ones that felt like undeniable. Like, these are the ones that I would want played at my funeral. Like they mean that much.
So, Chris, you told us that you had to make a cut right before we went on, or
yeah, I was doing it during John's intro.
Yeah. So what were you looking like? What is that cut there? Like, what was your decision, and like, how did you get there?
I mean, I think you said you're gonna play spoiler. I think I might here. It was very much for me with the records I had here, right? I think I didn't bring this up in the intro because I was going to bring it up eventually, but like, I think Mush is the most gifted album to me of all time. I think friends have given me a copy of it 3 times for my birthday over like my life. And I think it's because like people look at me and go, yeah, this fucking guy. And like my listening patterns with them kind of went with like, I had Fill Your Boots and I had Mush, and then eventually I had Stormy Petrel, and that was my habits, right? So I've tried to go out into the other records because Minx is a really, really strong record, and honestly, Cherry Knoll's got some stuff. I had a lot of trouble with it. I cut 2 songs that I think everyone else is gonna have just now. That's what I did. I do that sometimes because I'm a bastard, and it was brutal for me. Like, honestly, like I felt like I was slapping them in the face. It was tough. But I feel like I've got a really solid 20 here. I think we're gonna really nail down 10 songs that would be the easiest band ever for anyone to get into with a deprogrammed set list.
So, this being your second time here, David, is there like a different gameplay for you involved, or is this something like you're kind of closer with, or how did you approach your 20 this go around?
It wasn't as easy this time around. Mainly just for the content. Just like, last time with Pinhead Gunpowder, I mean, it was just easy to blast through all the albums. I mean, I would go on a daily walk or a daily run, and I could listen to the entire entire thing. But this one I would pick an album or two. I do a lot of driving for work, and so I would pick one each day and just kind of, refresh my memory. I, I don't have, I won't like show my hand too early, but there is maybe only one, maybe two albums that I don't have a real deep appreciation for. But I mean, and they're still really good too. So whittling it down this time was just a little trickier. It's really easy to just go down the track list of Mush.
Yeah.
It's
You really could. It wouldn't be wrong.
Side A of Mush is a perfect side of it.
Yeah, it wouldn't be incorrect.
And I've made a point not to do that, but I also point not to not do that when it felt right, So it's just one of these things where I spoke with a friend of mine who's a huge Leatherface fan, and he was like, "What are you just gonna go and just list off everything on Mush?" Like, boo. That was how he put it. And like, I get where he's coming from, but it's like, well, no, but I mean, maybe some, but not. Like, I'm pretty familiar with a lot of their stuff, and so it isn't just that album, but that album is it's kind of an anomaly out of a lot of punk albums. Like, they have a ton of great albums, but that album is just a great album in the grand scheme of everything with any punk band. It's anyway. Okay. Stupid headphone thing, I guess. Okay, sorry about that.
Right.
But anyways, yeah, we'll get.
All right, so I'll jump in here. I already kind of told you guys, like, my this band feels like when you're giving it that first pass, it feels like it's going to be easy. It really does. It feels like you kind of gravitate towards some stuff. Everybody's already kind of said it, so it makes me feel good that I kind of gravitated towards Mush as well. Like, I kind of was there on my own, so that feels good. That means, like, I kind of got what was going on. And then as you're going to do the cuts, it's just like, again, the songs get a little space to breathe, and it just feels like you're slapping the band in the face. You're going, yeah, nah, that one's not good enough. And I accidentally came out with a pretty balanced list. And again, it was pure accident because I wasn't looking at what was coming from what. I just kind of was going, what fills out my list best? And I try to kind of give a little love to like different sounds. I don't know if this is... I totally got a Lemmy vibe vocally, which is huge for me.
Less of a black hole, though. Much less of a black hole vocally.
Yeah, but it like... And I don't know.
I mean that with love, by the way. I mean that with love.
That was such a positive for me. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know that I'm definitely not. I wouldn't call myself a Motorhead fan. I couldn't tell you, I couldn't tell you a Motorhead record, but I know Lemmy's voice. I know, and I know that when I heard that here, it made me dial in. And John mentioned, like, looking at lyrics, and because I couldn't necessarily understand them, I was like, well, let me look at some of these lyrics. So, like, there's definitely songs that I pulled because of lyrics. I should have probably wrote those down. If I was a better host, maybe I would have done that. But yeah, like, this was not easy. And I mean, it never is, but like, I can't wait to give this band some space in my brain to, like, just take in a record without the weight of the show above it. So that being said,
that's nice, man.
yeah, like this seems like it could be a band I could really, really get into. And I mean, considering that I was able to in the time that we've done this, I know that there's more that this band can give me personally, and it just needs the space to do so. So, this feels like one of those bands, John. Like, it feels like a lot of like a lot of shits are about to be said. Based on everything that we've said so far, how many do you think we get through unanimously?
Yeah, I came in here and I was all ready to be real optimistic and be like, we're gonna have to get 8 or 9 on this, but I'm gonna dial that back a little bit. I'm gonna go with 5.
Okay, yeah, right down the middle. I like it. What do you think, Chris?
Well, I actually, I always come in really optimistic. I feel like there is the big record here, but it's not quite like the other bands we've done where there's like the record. I think there's no freaking world where we come out with a list that has less than 5 Mush songs. I just don't. So I'm gonna take 6, but I wanted 5 because of that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I got you. I get it.
Yeah.
What do you think, David?
Oh man, that's probably very true. This is the hard part, huh? Geez. What did you say, John?
5.
How many did you say? You said 5, and Chris, you went with 5 also.
Chris
I
went with 6.
I would have gone with 5, but I took 6 because I had to.
Right. Oh man. I'll go with 4. We'll keep it fair, but
that's the play.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty optimistic about this too, but
It feels
7's kind of a big number. So
yeah. Well, yeah, I would definitely bet the under. Which is why I'm taking 7. Because I don't want this responsibility. But like this feels like we're gonna like probably get a lot of 3s, like a lot of I said, a lot of oh shit. Like a late minute. I feel like it's gonna be a lot of that. So I mean, I still love that, 4 is still a good number. You know what I mean? For a 4-person panel, 4 is still a good number. So all right, we're going to take a quick pause, and when we come back, we're going to play the game. It's the program. And with that, the name of the game is Deprogrammed. The 4 of us have combed through a selection of the Leatherface discography and plucked out 20 songs that we're now going to match together in an attempt to create a top 10 starter kit for you, in case you have never heard of Leatherface. And let's face it, I guess if you're here, you probably have, unless you're somebody who listens to everything, which I highly recommend. And if that's the case and you haven't, then now you're going to get into them. I feel like I got to do the thing here. I've been trying to not do the thing, but it's as good a place as
it's not actually the things, because it's not actually actually the thing.
That's what I was going to say next. Is it might not even be the thing because we don't have have everything. So it was the first song on our playlist, so it does the thing, even though it's not the thing. How about This Land?
That was number 21.
Wow.
I don't have it either, actually. Yeah.
none. Yeah, I don't have it.
Oi. Right into the bin. Okay. All right. All right. John?
All right. We can't wait any longer without getting into mush. How about I Want the Moon?
Yep.
Yeah, of course.
No, I don't. I love that song.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh.
Well, I'm erasing it.
We'll take 3s.
Yeah.
We'll take 3s. All right. Chris?
Let's do Stormy Petrel. I feel like this is an easy one. My World's End. No way.
I don't
know.
No.
Really? Okay. Yeah, okay. No. That's just me, I guess.
Wait, hold on. If I have it, I think I accidentally marked it because no, I don't.
Oh, there you go.
All right, David.
Do you guys want just a straight up grand slam?
Do a windmill slam.
Springtime.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, yes.
Of course.
There we go.
Yeah. All right.
There's the objective correction, right? Like,
We like it. We like it.
That's I mean, it's
that-
just a fucking great song.
Is that early contender for number one?
yeah, like we'd
Oh,
be objectively wrong to not consider it, right?
All right, let me play a clip of that, and then ponder my decisions. Where do I go next? All right. Let me trot out a Minx track. How about A Sad Day Indeed?
Man, that's a good song. No, though.
Yeah, no.
No.
Wow. Did I overthink it?
I don't think you ever thought it. I think you came into this band new, and that's a completely reasonable song to put.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
There are some Minx jammers that will come up that I bet you have though.
All right. John.
All right, I'm gonna go to the Hot Water Music split, which is like probably I think the first thing I ever heard from them. And there's a song on there that they wrote for their original bassist who had passed away. And the song every time it comes on, I have to turn the volume up as loud as it goes and scream along. How about Andy?
I got it.
Absolutely. Has to be there.
Yeah.
Hey.
Has to be there.
Nice.
Has to be there, yeah.
I mean, obviously I don't know the band well enough, but I didn't know that was going to be an absolutely.
Oh, that's a windmill slam. Yep. That's the
my
other
goodness.
one.
Yeah.
I love
That's
that.
a killer.
I mean, obviously musically I knew because I picked it.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
I'll go with my favorite riff from the band ever, and the only song on my list from the last, Little White God.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
All right.
Let's go. Yeah, that riff is the most undeniable. I mean, among hundreds of
amazing.
undeniable riffs. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that one was written for it's about the singer of the Ruts.
Oh.
And you can kind of hear the influence. I always thought it was like, oh, maybe they really do like the Police or something, but which was maybe a lateral thing in some kind of ways, but that musically it has a lot in common with the Ruts also. So, and they've always marked them as huge influences to their sound. And if you go back and listen to any of their stuff, there's a lot of
That's
not,
the lead riff is extremely Police now that I think about it. Like, wow, that's really interesting. Yeah.
All right. We'll take the 3. I mean, it's still early on, but we're in good shape here. David.
how about Pale Moonlight?
Yeah, I got it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Hey.
That was the specific song from Minx that I was thinking about.
Oh, nice.
That is just a big chorus in that one.
Oh, their choruses are just unbelievable. There's a couple where it's just like, how do you write stuff like this that just like soars and can like there's no words for how good some of their choruses are.
Yep.
All right. Pale Moonlight is in. We're back around to me, huh? So, I mean, I'm with you guys on a lot of these, but the ones I'm picking are not. So, let me mark this. All right, we got that one too. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know where to go. Let me throw out a mush one. How about Not Superstitious?
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Like this is a song that my next tattoo is probably going to be a lyric from this song.
Oh.
That was actually
Yeah.
one of the ones that I thought about cutting to be a bastard because I knew everyone would have it.
Oh my
But I
God.
didn't. But I didn't.
Like all I can do is try my best for you, and with all my
Yeah.
indecision, like come on, man.
And the vocal
Yeah.
delivery, I mean, the
Yeah.
NW in it is just like, it's impossible not to feel exactly what the fuck Frankie was feeling, man. It's one of the great, whatever. And he's the greatest. He's one of the greatest of all time.
Just like that, we're sitting at David's 4 already. Not bad. All right, John.
We've done the windmill slams though. We've already done them.
See, I'm gonna be. I knew I should have gone with 8. All right. I'm gonna go to Horsebox, and one of the, you got me thinking about big choruses. And this one, when it came out, I told one of my friends, I said, I just want to be buried in this chorus. How about Sour Grapes?
Yeah.
my only Horsebox song.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
and give flowers to that riff too. I mean, it's
my
like
God.
it's understated. It's understated, but it
Great
also,
riff.
now that I listen to it, it has a little bit of Police there. There might be a leg here. There might be a leg here to stand on. I never really thought about this. Very interesting. Very
Hey,
interesting.
they covered Message in a Bottle. There's a.
They
there's a
do,
thing there.
absolutely. On their biggest record. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
They love those
Interesting.
inverted chords.
But there's like,
Yeah.
it's really just
Yeah.
the syncopation of it, right?
Mhm.
The syncopation of the riff is like, that's what makes me think of the Police, because it's like rock and roll doing like, Jamaican rock and roll. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we
Fascinating.
didn't mention Husker
Fascinating.
Du, but there's like a healthy dose of Husker Du in there.
Sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm up again, unfortunately.
Yeah.
let's go with a Blink-182 song. Then I want to give Frankie his flowers on vocals, where he like really gets acrobatic. Let's go with "Not a Day Goes By."
Yeah, I've got that one.
Hell yeah!
Yep.
I don't. Yeah.
How did you guys feel about me calling it a Blink-182 song? Did you guys cringe?
It uses what we used to call that the T riff, because if you play
Uh-huh.
guitar or
It's your
bass,
It's your
it's kinda-
Capelet one, yeah.
yeah, and
Mhm.
and we used to always in my old band we'd say, no, it's too close to a T riff, we can't do that, but they do it, and they sure do make it their own.
It's so unabashed. It's so, they don't give a fuck. They're in your face with it. And I think that fascinating thing about this song is that that's the song on Mush, which is their biggest record, where Frankie chooses to get acrobatic vocally. He chooses to get up there. It's crazy. Like he's like, yeah, I could do tenor. I could do it. I just don't. It's like, it's pretty wild.
And there's some badass double kick that goes on before the little break part.
Yeah.
It's like
very
speed metal.
tongue in cheek, right? It's almost tongue in cheek. Like, we're doing it. We're doing this. We're doing this riff. Yeah.
It's that Motorhead influence.
Yeah.
There
Well, just like that. So we have the 5 through unanimously already, and we've got 3 threes. So we're just...
I wasn't sure about Not a Day Goes By. Be honest. I'm excited though.
Well, it's hanging out. Like I mean, again, a 3 is just about in on a 4-person panel. So, David, you're up.
I'm gonna go to Stormy Petrol, which I thought was a really great comeback album for bringing Dickie back in the band. And I'm gonna go with God Is Dead.
Hell yeah.
No.
No, wanted to, but didn't have room.
Dang. That's a shock.
I
Yeah,
think...
that one's like Little White God Part 2 kind of,
Yeah, absolutely. I can hear that. Yeah.
I think if I like really looked at where I dropped it, it probably would have been in that 25 to 30 range. Like one of those painful next cuts. All right. I'll try to find you guys there on Stormy Petrol. How about that? How about Never Say Goodbye?
Yep. I'm there.
That was one of the ones I cut during the beginning of the show.
That's the only one I have from that record.
Hey. All right, we'll take
There
that
you
3.
go.
That's all right. Threes are good. And just like that, out of NTP. And I rejoice and John cries in the corner.
We're all right so far. We'll see.
Yeah. John, you're up.
All right. I'm going to go back to Minx, and this is my favorite song on Minx. How about Do the Right Thing?
Got it?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Oh, I feel bad that I'm not there with you guys.
Ah, you did the wrong thing.
I did
Favorite
the wrong
song
thing.
on Minx, huh?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay. I respect it.
See, and it's times like these where I'm the odd man out, where I wish I had a reason, or like when it dropped out, but I don't. So unfortunately,
Yeah, but that's what you said. You're going to give it the time afterwards, and then we can have a 13-year, 15-year reunion show for the Leatherface the programs. We'll come in on our walkers. And we're like, well, what did you think about Minx?
I finally gave it the time. All right, Chris.
Sorry, I was sipping whiskey. This Mets game is making me get hammered.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with my only dog disco song, a weird little tune about watching TV with your kid called Diddly Squat.
Yeah, I got it.
Yep. Definitely got it. I love that riff.
Yep.
Great riff to play.
No.
All right, we'll take that 3, and now these 3s are crowding up. That means we're gonna have us a nice little combo after too. Where did I? There it is. Everybody but John. All right, David.
I'm gonna go back to the split, and we're gonna do Wax Lyrical.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't, but it absolutely could have made it.
I'll save you. I got it.
Hey.
Yeah.
Somebody, my man. Yeah.
I'll tell you why. The BYO splits are too prevalent in history in my life, and I just couldn't give it more than one song. It had to be Andy.
Totally. Yeah.
This was the best one.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
literally why. It was that was my rationale. That's how hard it was to do this list.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes you figure out whatever you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so we got a good couple more rounds. All right, I was listening to this one beforehand. Let's find out if there was a reason for that. How about Here Comes the Judge?
I don't even know that
No.
offhand.
No.
That's fascinating. That is one that is because of you finding it. Let's see. I'm gonna put it on now.
Occasionally you take chances.
I love it. Oh, it's a Fill Your Boots tune. Which one is it? Yeah, dude. It's a sick tune. Yes, it's a good tune.
I overthought the room, apparently. All right. John?
All right. I'm gonna go back to Bush, and this one, I think if people are Leatherface fans and they're listening, they're screaming at us that we haven't mentioned this one yet. Dead Industrial Atmosphere.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
No, I hate to be the one to put the kibosh on it, but I was bound to be. I'll tell you what, though. Now that I'm looking at it, I think that was 21. I know it was late. I think that was 21.
Do you have any way to find out? Can you go back?
No. I think, though, I'm pretty sure that was...
I've done enough of these shows of bands you've never listened to before since you did this, and you are usually pretty spot on.
All right. Chris?
All right, fuck it. We're gonna do Fill Your Boots. I'll do the one that I know we're all gonna have. Let's do Peasant in Paradise.
Oh, I like your confidence, but I don't have that one.
I don't.
Yeah,
Boys.
It was
Boys.
on,
no,
well,
I don't feel good about it.
it was on the list, and then I had to strike it from the list.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same argument I do every time I'm on the show, and everyone's gonna cringe. Come on, we can't not have it there. It's gotta be. All right, fine.
All right, David.
Listeners, objectively,
Yeah.
it should be on this list.
Well, if we get one more, you'll get the final say.
That's true.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not too cool for it, boys. Come on.
Listen,
right.
I said I don't feel good about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you. I
I
don't
know,
feel
I
great
know.
about it.
Great chorus. Great standout track on the album for sure. Well, here, let's try to get you there. How about How Lonely?
Absolutely.
I love hearing that. Absolutely. Even though I absolutely do not have it.
I of course do.
See, so that's just my newness.
Yeah, that's the newness, but that one actually kind of pops out, babe.
I bet that. Well, again, we talked about me trying to overthink the room. I think maybe there were a couple choices here where that's what I was trying to do. Like, not purposefully, but like Here Comes the Judge. I think I overthought. I don't know. You know, who knows? Who knows? Let's see. Are we back to me? Yeah, I think so. How about Speak in Tongues?
Yeah. That's my favorite song off that album.
Nice.
I do not have it.
All right, we'll take that too. Even though,
yeah, there's a riff near the end that could almost, the first two Leatherface albums, it's like they're almost they're getting there, but they're kind of finding their footing. And there is a riff near the end of that song that, I mean, it could be, it would fit right on Mush. It's pretty seamless.
well, we'll take the two. And John?
Okay, I'm gonna go back to Horsebox. How about Watching You Sleep?
Oh yeah, I love that one.
I don't. Great song. That was a cut for sure. That was on the list.
I do not have that.
Yeah, great lyrics in the chorus. I mean,
Yeah,
really stands out. So,
Fellas, we're covering a lot of ground. All right, Chris.
So I'll bring up the first Cherry Knoll song. I love this song because of the weird, complete fucking caveman rock and rollness of it, and I'm gonna go with Colorado Joe.
yes.
no.
Okay. It's just a caveman rock and roll song. That riff is just like it hates bones and it wants them to break.
It's a great opening statement by the band.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I love the chorus. Like we keep saying, they know how to write great choruses, and
Well,
that
Justin didn't hear that one because it wasn't on the list, but
Well, is it we weren't doing Cherry Knoll?
we did, but only part of it.
Because I have Cabbage Case as well. Is that not? Is not allowed? I'll get something else. I'll bring it back.
No, it's allowed. You do whatever you want, man.
Okay.
But I'm
Well,
just
then
saying Justin didn't hear it.
Yeah.
I want to say about this tune though, like it's about nothing, right? And they drop a hard G, and it's very of its time. And it's one of those tunes where it's just like guys are like, we're gonna kick out the fucking jams, we're gonna walk into this club and we're gonna play rock in your face. We're gonna literally just like riff in your face. And it's caveman nonsense. And it has a place here because of that's where they came from. You know what I mean?
Caveman nonsense. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. So that one was Chris, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. So David.
Oh, let's see. How about Small Yellow Chair? You guys into Dog at all?
Man, that one was.
That's the record I know the least, and I only
No.
had the one tune.
Yeah,
I'm putting it on now, though.
I had that super late. Again.
It's got the pop punk drum fill in the beginning. Pachat!
Yeah, it's that album gets a lot of stick for the cover, for the album cover. But
It's rough.
it's man. I really like Frankie does all the guitar on that album and on the split, but he doesn't make it so that it's like, oh yeah, it's just me playing guitar. Like it sounds like two guitar players, and so you know that the whole time he's like, okay, well, whenever I go on tour, somebody's gonna have to come in and play this shit with me. And he's a great guitar player, and Dickie Hammond was too. And they were or one of them was quoted as saying, I can't play what he can play, and he can't play what I can play.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you listen to some of the albums with them on it together, it's really apparent. But this is not one of them, of course. But anyway.
All right. So I got 8 left. I think what we're going to do is we'll do one more round and then we'll dump out. I think I got to try this one. I don't want to be the one to say it.
Yep.
I don't have it, no.
I do.
All right, so
Okay, cool.
we'll take that 3. We'll take that 3. All right, John?
How about Don't Want to Be Bound Up Like Books?
I don't.
No.
No.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, I haven't taken too many Mush songs. I feel like this is going to be an easy one. Pandora's Box.
Mm-mm.
Picked it off the list.
The only one from side A that I didn't have.
What? Y'all are out of your minds. This is crazy. Yeah, I feel like I'm always on the outside, y'all. I'm I don't belong here. I don't.
You're a creep.
Oh, what a creep, babe,
No,
Damn.
man. It's a hard choice, man. I kicked it off the list. I was like, too many Mush songs. I know I have too many.
Yeah.
But you've been fucking with Pandora's Box. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. David?
Well, I think I'm gonna. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go back to Dog, which maybe nobody has. And go for Hoodlum.
Mm-mm.
No.
No other dog songs, babe.
That's it.
All right. So I'll start at the top here. I think I probably have more. You guys are probably pretty close to done. Whereas I still have 7 left.
I got 4.
Yeah, see? All right. Starting at the top. Post-war product of a fat man's wallet.
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I had a feeling. New York State.
Yep.
Oh,
Absolutely.
it's so good.
No.
But no.
I'll take the 2 just to help my average. All right. Skin Deep.
Nope.
No.
No.
Eat Her Face.
No.
No.
This is how good. This is how good Leatherface is, boys. This is how good.
I know. I'm here.
That's why I'm laughing.
Yeah. It's like the trash pile. I was like, man, these are good.
Yeah, it's like solid jams. Like, yeah, all right.
Deep Green Beautiful Leveling.
Nope. No.
No.
Yes.
Hey, all right.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Again, it's not gonna squeak in, but at least it doesn't go to the bin. I only got a couple left here. Choice.
No.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well, now John only got 2 left.
Yep.
All right, and my last one, Heart is Home.
I don't even know what that is.
No.
That one is
No.
off Dog Disco.
That's awesome. Oh, that's why. Okay, awesome.
All right, so that one goes to the bin. Not a great run there, but hey, I got a couple more 2s into the combo. All right, so that means there's no more out there for unanimous. That means, John, your 5 is going to win.
Ooh, a rare win for me.
Yeah.
Atta babe.
You deserve it, man.
By the way, Pandora's Box and also in Paradise should have been there. So hey, you know what I mean?
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm open right now.
All right, so you've got 2 left, John?
Yeah.
All right, let's see if we can make this combo a little more difficult.
I have Evo Pop.
No, man. No.
And Dreaming.
I've got Dreaming.
I don't.
I didn't think anybody else would have that one because it's a B-side
but
of an early one. It's incredible.
The chorus on there, yeah, undeniable.
All right, so that's John out. So officially playing just to kind of not be on the schneid for your last couple, Chris.
Yeah. So I got the Cherry Note tune that I mentioned before, Cabbage Case, which is to me like the song that showed where they were gonna go because the riff.
Right.
And I guess no one's got that, which is fine.
No. I'm out.
I got 2 jammers from Minx, Wallflower and Don't Work.
Did you say you're already out, Dave?
Yeah, Dreaming knocked me out.
Oh.
So
Okay.
yeah.
I love Don't Work. That was real close.
Incredible song, right? Yeah.
Is that you done, Chris?
Wallflower for me is all about the drum fills in the chorus, like it gets me up. I just want to run around my room. Like,
I almost think that the Minx album was like, it's like, what did that come out in 93? It was a little before, the big Green Day boom.
Yeah.
But I mean, these guys, I'm not saying that they could have went all the way had it been a year later or anything, but man, they could write some poppy shit if they really wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but they just never leaned into it because they were on a whole different trip. And
I do think coming in and seeing that I ended up with these 2 tunes that I didn't want to talk about, I probably got a little too cute.
Oh man, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
I know, but I could have had my 6, babe.
That's true. But think about it. You came in too cute. We still got 5, and those 5 are Springtime, Andy, Pale Moonlight, Not Superstitious, and Sour Grapes.
Listen to the host. That was beautiful.
So we got a bunch of 3s here. I Want the Moon, Little White God, Not a Day Goes By, Never Say Goodbye, Do the Right Thing, Diddley Squat, Dead Industrial Atmosphere, How Lonely, I Don't Want to Be the One to Say It. Yeah, and that's our last 3. So, I mean, I feel like we got to take from these 3s because there's so many of them, right?
Ask John.
Yeah.
He's the boss.
Yeah, John,
Wait, what? Okay.
Is there one jumping out as either that should have been?
There's.
Go ahead.
No, they all deserve to be there.
Right.
I can pick 7 if you want. No, I think the 2 that jump right out at me are, I think, Little White God and Dead Industrial Atmosphere.
I agree.
All right. I was the odd man out on those.
And how lonely is the other one for me?
And Do the Right Thing. You can say, like, I Want the Moon. We can, like I said, we can keep going.
Yeah.
All right. So, we'll pass it on to you. You said, How Lonely, Chris?
Yeah, How Lonely. And I Want the Moon uses the other one that's like really, really glaring. Also, like I said before, I feel like Peasant in Paradise needs to be there, but I know it's not. Those are the three that really stand out to me. And Dead Industrial, which John already said, is the other one for sure.
So, I mean, I was the odd man out on How Lonely. You were the odd man out on I Want the Moon, David. Do you have a strong opinion on either of those? Because if we took both of them, that takes us up to the 9.
Well, I How Lonely was on my list, so I
Mhm.
guess I want to lean towards that. That's a fucking hard choice, huh?
I mean, and
Man.
feel free to offer something else up too that's still alive.
Uh,
And I don't want to be the one to say made it, right?
yes.
Okay.
It was 3.
It's a 3, yeah.
It's a 3.
It's
Okay.
a 3.
Okay.
So wait, what have we added so far from the
All right,
conversation?
So far, Little White God, Dead Industrial Atmosphere are in.
Okay.
Great work out of us. Great work.
And right now, it's looking like David's co-signing on Chris's How Lonely. I was the odd man out, so I'm willing to bump that in unless somebody really wants to.
Well, I would say let's pick between How Lonely and I Want the Moon.
Okay.
I Want the Moon.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll vote against.
I don't think we need both of them, but we need one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so, Chris immediately jumps out and says, "I Want the Moon." And David said he was leaning How Lonely. Are you, if it's the choice between the two, are you still sitting there, David?
I'm gonna go for I Want the Moon. Chris went right for it, and there's something about that.
It's the first song on the record, right? Like it's like they put it there for a reason.
Yeah. Let's
I
throw
think
that on there.
I think I'm with you. I think I Want the Moon over How Lonely for me.
Yeah.
All right. So it feels wrong, but we'll put How Lonely into the bin. Out.
Well, not yet. We just picked one.
The vibes are gross. The vibes are gross, but we're going
there.
boys, yeah?
Fair enough. All right, so let's be fair and let because this will take us to number 9. Is there one that's sticking out at you that you want to offer up here, David? We got Not a Day Goes By, Never Say Goodbye, Do the Right Thing, Diddly Squat, and I don't want to be the one to say it.
I know what I'm taking if you guys don't take it, so I'm gonna set this one out. You guys pick one, and then we'll see.
I think Do the Right Thing needs to be on there.
Okay.
If we're gonna go for something off Minx, I think that's the one. But
I mean, I did the wrong thing on that, and so
God, it's so hard. This is hard.
it's a weekly thing for me, friend. So, well, let's ask Chris. Like, do you think Do the Right Thing is?
I mean, if I was putting Minx on, I would put Don't Work, but that doesn't mean that Do the Right Thing is not great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Don't Work didn't make the convo, and Do the Right Thing did. So, do we go with that? I mean, that gives us 2 from Minx.
I think that's fine, and it's good representation.
All right, there we go. And that brings us to John's final say.
That was the one I was going to take.
Sorry, babe.
Good job.
Couldn't make it worse for you.
No. Good job. No, I just need. I bet you guys were talking. I was like, oh, now I got to change what I was going to pick because I was sure you were going to pick something else. Yeah, I almost never get to do this. So I was not prepared. Man, I kind of want to go like. There's a couple from Horsebox that are 2s, but like. Feel like we don't have any representation post the split, with Andy.
It's also worth pointing out that at the beginning of this, Chris said, "I don't see how we get out of this with less than 5 from Mush." We only have 4 right now.
I know. Oh, believe me, yeah. I mean, I don't want to be the one to say it is staring right there, and Not a Day Goes By too. I love those songs. Man, but like Never Say Goodbye I really liked. I think with you just have to go with the best available. I'm gonna do the cop out NFL draft thing and just go with best available. And it's gonna be Not a Day Goes By.
There we go.
I love it. I love
There it
it.
goes.
Boom. And
Fucking love Blink-182. Love.
I mean, I really do. So,
Oh, so do I.
well, there you go. All right, so we got 10. Springtime, Andy, Pale Moonlight, Not Superstitious, Sour Grapes, Little White God, Dead Industrial Atmosphere, I Want the Moon, Do the Right Thing, Not a Day Goes By. Boom. Just like that, the prophecy was foretold by Chris. John, of those 10, which one's the one?
Can I pick 4? I mean, Springtime is the one, like that's probably their most covered song. But
Yeah, my band covered it.
yeah, I mean, Not Superstitious is probably my favorite Leatherface song right now. But also, like, Andy has the kind of the deeper meaning to them as a whole. Either of those, I mean, I'd probably go Not Superstitious 1, Andy 2, Springtime 3, which is crazy, and like I can't believe that actually came out of my mouth, but that's where I'm at right now.
Pretty fair.
Yeah. What do you think, Chris?
I think Springtime's the only choice.
I like it. I like I like the confidence.
Like I try to play the game by the rules, babe. You know?
What do you think, David?
Well, Not Superstitious is my favorite one and has always been. Springtime is probably the one in the grand scheme. So it's a tough call. I made notes for the show, and Not Superstitious was close second. And, so, but then Springtime was number one with a bullet. So,
Yeah, I mean, if you listen to John, he wouldn't argue Springtime. He just has it listed.
Yeah,
third.
no, of course.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So, I mean, sometimes you go. It's kind of like what John said: best available.
You dance with the one that brought you.
Yeah,
that's right.
There you go. Yeah, that's
so
great.
We'll lock that in. Let me scroll on up. Wow.
I love that Sour Grapes made it. Just let me go ahead and say
tune.
that.
I
love that it made it.
Yeah, on a record that has not been distributed really widely until recently.
I had trouble finding it until John sold me a copy.
Yeah,
so
he has my copy.
Love that. On the back of my own truck with my own copy.
Boom. Just like that. Let's get this going in the background. We'll run it down one last time. All right. Unanimous. Springtime, Andy, Pale Moonlight, Not Superstitious, Sour Grapes, Little White God, Dead Industrial Atmosphere, I Want the Moon, Do the Right Thing, Not a Day Goes By, rounds out of 10. Okay, let's let Springtime get a moment.
Goddamn, that's good. Goddamn, that's good.
Keep drumming along.
You were very young.
We've done it, folks. We've turned you on to Leatherface. And look, there's a high chance if you've listened to John episodes before, most of them, and have given the band a chance, then you will like this band.
I think this is number 71 or 72 for me, so there's plenty out there.
No shit, man. Nice work out of you.
It's crazy. That's crazy. You understand? I'm just saying. Again, I got the. I'm repeating myself, but I feel like this bears repeating. This is a band that I wish I had a little bit more space for in my life right now. I definitely got that feeling that I just need more time with them. So if that says anything to you, then go get into Leatherface. We've made it pretty easy. You just got to listen to these 10 songs and go from there. Hey, we're a podcast. Subscribe, rate, comment. All that is super helpful. If you want to go that little extra mile, patreon.com/ohhijustin is a great place to go. And it costs $1 to get in the door, but you get deprogrammed before the rest of the world. You get after the fact the conversation that will start immediately after this conversation ends. The occasional "Oh hi Justin," I'm still working it out. I'm still figuring it out. I might start writing stuff there, so that might start happening. Things are taking place on the Patreon, patreon.com/ohhijustin. So check that out. In the meantime, come hang out in the Discord because Legion of Stupid is still down. I'm not sure what the issue is. I'm working on it, or I'm trying to make the space to work on it. Maybe by the time this is out, it'll be back up and running and you can go to legionofstupid.com. But in the meantime, it's down. So join the Legion of Stupid Discord. You can get that you can search Discord servers, just search Legion of Stupid, find us and join, or find me on either Instagram or Threads, deprogrammed.va. I still have a Twitter. I don't use it. The Hulkster. Message me and I'll shoot you a link. Come join and find yourself a panel. Come play along with us. As mentioned, podcast, subscribe, rate, comment. On Spotify, you can leave comments now, which is cool. 5 stars would be super appreciated. Sharing is caring. And the best way you can help is by telling somebody that you listen to the show. Hey, I listened to Deprogrammed. You should too. It would mean more to me than you'd ever be able to put into words. So thank you for that. And with that, Leatherface, learn them and love them, people. We'll see you next week. Bye.